Yeah, so this is a very interesting topic that has received huge amounts of attention, and I think that even more than it sort of deserves in terms of the arguments behind it. And so what it is about LTE as the air interface being able to work in an unlicensed band, and you can do that in multiple ways. In fact, from a mobile operator point of view, the unlicensed band is a band that you can use using different interfaces and different solutions. The question is, what's the best for the mobile operator to use? And LTE-U is the one that is the first one that has been promoted in addition to Wi-Fi. And that's an interesting case because you have LTE that can be, in countries like the US, LTE can be used regardless of what else is going on in the channel, pretty much. So when you do that, you obviously disrupt Wi-Fi. That's clearly a non-desirable outcome. And it's not desirable not just for the people that want to use Wi-Fi, but also for an operator that goes into a market, in a location, to deploy it, and then the Wi-Fi users are going to start to complain. So it's a situation where the technology can be used from a regulatory point of view, but in practice I don't think there is really much of an issue. So the question is, how do you coexist? What's fair? And I think that this is an interesting issue for the industry to try to understand how different technologies can coexist on the same band. This is an entirely new problem that we're facing. So LTE-U has created a lot of controversy because there is a worry that the Wi-Fi signal is going to be compromised. But I think that, if you want to, you can have LTE unlicensed, LTE-U, to be fair to Wi-Fi, and there is a lot of work going on, and so we're getting there, but the long-term plan is to have a solution that it's called the LAA to enable Wi-Fi and LTE to coexist in a peaceful way. So LTE LAA is using listen before talk algorithms, which Wi-Fi also uses, so that the network senses what's going on, what's being transmitted around, and adjusts the transmission. So in that case, you do not have the same issues. The question is how to implement it, and there is a lot of standardization work going on. There is a lot of work with operators and the vendors. So this is just something on track, and I think it's interesting to see. But there are also other solutions like LAA, which allow you to use Wi-Fi and LTE in the licensed band, and that eliminates any possible issue in terms of coexistence, because it's the same. Basically, it's the same air interface that it's being used. So that's all very interesting, because the 5 gigahertz is a lot of spectrum. Mobile operators see it as it's a great opportunistic use of the spectrum, so you use it when it's available. And what that does is not only it increases capacity, but also makes the business case for small cells a much stronger one, because it's basically a small cell that has this additional capacity that is not guaranteed to be there, but it's probably going to be there to some extent in most cases.